www.memberspeed.com. Basics of PHP by Jeremy Gislason. Practical uses of PHP. It almost goes without saying that you will want your business website to be compelling, interactive, and secure. All of these characteristics will make your website more effective at bringing in and keeping customers. But how to go about it in a way that is stable, cost-effective, and easy to manage? One popular solution is to use the server-side scripting language PHP to help you solve those problems. What is PHP? Created in 1995, PHP originally stood for Personal Homepage. However, it is now generally understood to mean PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. It was originally designed to create dynamic or more interactive web pages. It is a widely used, open-source, general-purpose scripting language. PHP is a high-level language, meaning that it is generally more human-friendly and easier to learn than other programming languages such as C, ASP, or ASP.NET. PHP was originally designed for use in website development, but rapidly grew to become a much more robust language. PHP's primary use is as an embedded scripting language, which means that the actual PHP code is embedded in HTML code. When used in this way, PHP enables your web server to process web pages before they're displayed in the user's web browser. Benefits of PHP. PHP is popular because it can be embedded directly into HTML coding. PHP can be used on all major operating systems and is supported on most web servers. PHP's main focus is development for the web so that it has a quick development time and can solve scenarios much quicker than some of the other web design languages. The latest version of PHP is a very stable and mature language used for web programming much like Java and Microsoft C. It is open source, so it's free. Database. It's very easy to write simple scripts which allow your website to interact with the database. Cross-platform. Both the PHP engine and the PHP code can be used on almost any platform, making it extremely versatile. Development tools. You only need a text editor to work on PHP. You do not need any development environment or compilers. What can you do with PHP? PHP generally runs on a web server, taking PHP code as an input and creating web pages as output. However, you can also use it for command line scripting and client-side GUI applications. PHP is an extremely versatile language which enables you to create high-end, stable websites with plenty of bells and whistles. Here are just a few of the things you can do with PHP. Make HTML web forums. Store information in databases. Remember website visitors, cookies, and sessions. Work with arrays. Work with files, file management, and downloads. Parsing and generating XML, also useful for large quantities of products on e-commerce. Check which browser your visitor is using. How does PHP work? As its name, PHP Hypertext Preprocessor suggests, PHP derives its power by preprocessing hypertext on the server side. This generally means that when PHP script, saved as a .php file, runs on your web server, it performs the programmed actions and returns HTML code that will then be sent back to your customer's web browser. The PHP script itself is not included in the HTML that is sent to the browser, so the PHP code is invisible and secure to the user. For example, let's consider the following simple PHP statement. This example is merely to show the basic syntax of PHP in action. Any detailed discussion of PHP code is beyond the scope of this video. In this statement, this tag is the closing tag. An echo is the PHP instruction that tells PHP to output the text that follows as a plain HTML code. The PHP software processes the PHP statement and outputs the following. This is a regular HTML statement that is delivered to the user's browser, and the PHP statement itself is not delivered to the browser, so the user never sees any PHP statements. Using PHP to improve your website. PHP has many features designed specifically for use in websites, including the following. Number 1, securing your website. PHP can be used to secure your website or certain areas of your website so that your customer must enter a valid username and password. This can be used to reward preferred customers and to build an exclusive membership component of your business. Number 2, working with web forms. PHP can display an HTML form and process the information that the user types in. This can be an excellent way to learn more about your customers by asking them to provide profile information and to collect information about their specific interests. Number 3, communicate with your database. PHP is particularly adept at interacting with your databases and storing information from the user or retrieving information that is displayed to the user. PHP handles connecting to the database and communicating with it, so it's not necessary to know all of the technical details for connecting to or exchanging messages with the database. You tell PHP the name of the database and where it is, and PHP handles the details. All major databases are currently supported by PHP. Number 4, customer loyalty functions. You can also use PHP to create a number of different functionalities on your website that will further help you build customer loyalty, including interactive polls, a guest book, and a message board. The popularity of PHP continues to grow rapidly because it has many advantages over other technical solutions. PHP is fast because it's embedded in HTML code. The time to process and load a web page is relatively short. PHP is free. It is open source software, and PHP is versatile. It runs on a variety of operating systems, including Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and most Unix variants. Perhaps most importantly, PHP is a very well-established language. There are many user-run internet communities that make very large amounts of information and scripts available. With so much experience behind it, using PHP for certain dynamic features can be a cost-effective and low-hassle way of increasing the stability of your website. Want to effortlessly create, manage, and maximize sales, profits, and results whenever and wherever you are? Check out memberspeed.com.